Welcome to High Tech Institution. In this video, we will discuss about how to configure MySQL DB in the backend of web server. This is what we are going to do. And the main thing, we are using the RDS server to create the MySQL DB. Okay, so this is what we are going to do now. Okay, and this is my disaster server. Okay, so now I already configured this as a web server. Okay, if you want to get that video, I will put that link into my description. You can get the videos. Now let me paste the public IP. And this is my web server. Right. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just configure this DB into this server. Fine. Now I just create a new one. This is a previous one. Just leave it. I'm going to create a new one. Okay, right. Yeah, we can see the two options: standard create and then easy create. Now I just go to easy create. Now select the MySQL. If you select the MySQL, you need to configure MySQL in your web server. After that, you can take a remote of it. Now I just select the free tier eligible. Now master username. I just select the previous one. I just paste this password here. This is my pass. So this is copy and just paste the password here, and then can set up the connection. Now I just set up the connection for this disaster. Okay, this will help to take a remote easily. So that's why I'm select this. If you are creating the database, it takes more times to execute. And wait, sometimes. Meanwhile, in that time, you can go and take the remote of it. Already I take the remote of it. I just delete this one, this one. Fine. Meanwhile, in the time you can go to the MySQL download page and then you can download the respective exe file. Now just select the community server. Sorry, it's a zip one. You can go to the download page. If your operating system is in a 32, you can just select this one. And sorry, if you want to download whole packages, you can directly select this 4 to 8 MB. Okay, so fine. Now I already download this one. You can see here. Yeah, this is the downloader one. I already installed that. Okay, if you want to take a remote of it, you need to mandatory configure that. After that, you can take a remote easy. Fine. Now fine. Till now it's in a creating state. We can wait for some times. Once it is created, you can take a remote using this endpoint. Actually, yeah, endpoint is not till now it's not coming as that. Once it is done, it will automatically create a one endpoint for you. That is something called as DNS. Okay, that DNS you can take a remote. Fine. Fine. This all comes into the default network. Okay, so you doesn't give any configuration things in the networking part like that. You don't worry about that. Why? Because this is in a default network. Fine. Now, if you want to monitor something here, you can directly create some monitoring things here in CloudWatch, and then if you want to see some login events, if you want specify some CloudWatch alarms like that. Likewise, you can specify here, and then if you want to see some configuration things, you can see here. Yeah. Now our DB configuration is db.t3.micro, and then our server configuration is two core server configuration. RAM is 1 GB, and then our DB whole size is 20 GB. And then you can see the things here. Let's go. Fine. Configuration, enhance, and monitoring. Yeah. Now it's an initializing state till now. Fine. Yeah. Now our DB endpoint is commissioned. Okay. You can take a remote of. I mean, you can easily take a remote using this EC2 end. I mean DB endpoint. Now let me copy this endpoint. To open the workbench here. Workbench. This is our MySQL workbench. Now let me take a remote of it. Um, Fine. Now you can go to the database and then connect to the database. You need to change this host name into our DNS, and then you need to change your root username. You can select the configuration. Yeah, our master username is admin. You need to paste this in this place, and then you need to specify your admin password. Copy this and then paste it here. Once you have done this thing, you can click OK. Now we successfully taken the remote of our RDS server. Now you can see, just give the command like show databases. Show databases. Now you can select this, you can see the respective databases here. Fine. Now we successfully created the database. Now we successfully configure. I mean, now we successfully take a remote of the respective database. Fine. If you take a remote of it, right, and then you need to configure one thing. If you want to map the this DB into our Django, right, you need to change some settings in settings.py. Now let me open my source page. Where is it? This is my source page. You need to change one settings here. Already configured the thing. Okay. Fine. If you want, now let me change the previous DB hostname into new hostname. Now let me copy the endpoint. This is provided by AWS. Paste it over here. And then you need to configure the username. Our username is admin. You can just leave it, this thing, leave it. Okay, and then you need to specify this port number. Okay. Now I just save this one. Once you have done this thing, right, you can directly go with the make migration things and stuff. Fine. Now let me, sorry, now let me open the CMD. Before that, I just copy the respective source path. Alright, I'm sorry. Copy this path and then go to the CMD. You can Python. Before you run this migration thing, right, you need to configure the MySQL client. Pip install MySQL client. MySQL client. Once you have done this, you can run the make migration things. Python manage.py make migrations. Yeah, fine. But the thing is, the unknown database disaster, we get the error. If you solve this error, you need to create a own database here. Now, I'll just create a new DB, new database, create database disaster. 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 Fine. Now we successfully now we successfully created the new DB. Now I'm just run the previous command, that is make migration. Yeah, fine. Now you can see no changes detected. Now, if you run the make migration command, after that you can run the migrate command. Okay, if you run the migrate command, our respective tables will be created into our DB. Fine. Our DB is successfully configured. And now I'll just go with the uh, use command for show table, for executing the show table command. And just disaster, use disaster. Fine. Now let me run this command. Oh, sorry, I just it's a spelling mistake. Fine. Now you can run the show disaster. Disaster. Okay. As soon as you have run this command, oh sorry, show tables. You need to specify show table. Fine. You can see the respective tables here. Now I'm just to go with the Python create super user. Python um, manage.py create super user. Create super user. Now I just give one name like ram123. This is my username. I just give the password like 123 123. Fine. Now our password will be created. Now you can check the respective data comes into our table or not. You can check here. Now if you go with, you can select the MySQL. I mean, you can select the respective table. You need to run the command like select star from myapp underscore my user. Okay, if you are creating the super user, that respective record will be comes into this myapp underscore my user. So now I am just run the select star from myapp underscore my user. Fine. Now our respective record will be comes into this place. You can see our username, and then you can see the password here. Okay, that is decrypted by Django. You can change it here. Fine. Now today in this video we are discussing the configuration of MySQL in the backend of web server. This is what today we are going to. Today we did this. Fine. In this next video, I will see you in a new topic. Fine. Thank you.